Hello, this is Nostramini, alias Vincent Gaccio, talking about From the Belly of the Beast. Marxist Mayor is up to no good. He's so good for the homeless, he decided out of ideology to let them live their lifestyle in the streets in the middle of a big snowstorm. Well, 16 died and are gone away to whatever homeless heaven is, another street there. And now his own people are turning on him. They're actually because he can't fulfill his empty Marxist promises of free trains and free subways and free buses and free toilets and free this and that. I can guarantee you, Mr. Marxist is not going to deliver on any of these things because you need tax money there. And he's chasing all the people who have money out of the city by claiming he wants half their income. He is a communist. And as the 8 million people who ran away from Venezuela, or the Cubans who go through shark-infested waters to get away from these guys, they don't got a good record. But they always think if they steal enough money from the productive people of society, they can make it work. See, they're not so good. Now, let's see. Let them eat flakes. We lost 16 of the homeless just now. Instead of forcing them into the Hooskow, shelters or whatever, or man, the crazy people, places for the crazy junkies and the crazy homeless. It's an alternate lifestyle according to the hippy dippies. Ah, even the hippy dippies don't like it. Queen of Rock and Tour, Queen, the old thing, that was Freddie Murphy, the guy. He says he can't come to the United States because it's too dangerous. Too dangerous for all of us. Now that the liberals have let half the criminal population out. Right now, our glorious leader, the emperor, Mr. Trumpy, is fighting it by trying to arrest as many as the slime as they can that have crawled in from other countries. Now, this is not to say that all the homeless or illegals are slime. It's just that you can't take 20 million people all at once. We all know what this is for. This is for to get votes. Get votes. 20 million people would make the native population irrelevant. And it's all a slimy deal. And now that we're trying to clear the decks from the slime and the illegals, both and get the real murderers, the Soviets, especially in Minnesota, are rebelling. Although half the Soviets there are hired hands, they're paid provocateurs. It's very violent. They're fighting our brave men of ice. Brave men of ice who are trying to do the right thing, trying to defend this country from the foreign invaders, while the true insurrectionists, which are the governors of Michigan and Minnesota, try to undermine. I would go for the head. You don't go for the body, you go for the head. Arrest the governor of Minnesota, the mayors that are propagating this, and the governor of Michigan. And it won't be so bad. They have they got 3 square meals, and believe me, the Michigan guy, he needs more than 3 meals a week to sustain that body. He makes me look like a skinny guy. This is how the sick people are going crazy. They had this mother, right? You thought it was a big anti-Semitic thing. He drove his car into a Jewish place, right? A temple. And we thought, oh my God, it's an anti-Semitic crazy person from the Middle East, or it's an anti-Semitic guy homegrown. Turns out he really wanted to become a Jew. And part of his situation was uh, he went crazy and thought, being I'm a Jew, they won't let me in there. I'm really excited about the whole thing. He drives his car back in there. Now, the thing is, you got to realize, you got to have a lot of stimuli out there. And sometimes it attracts crazy people who are all over the place, the right, the left, the road. You got to be careful. I mean, you got to be careful that you deal with them psychologically, individually, to see what the delusion is. and how they pick up from the mass media, cherry pick, depending on the inside crazy, what's going on. As a fellow crazy, I know I can be influenced by influencers, what I do, but I also have common sense. A lot of these people don't have common sense. Oh, another guy. No execution date, no death for Loogie, the hero of the left. This guy has girlfriends. You know, it used to be when you went for the Hillside Strangler or the Midnight Murderer in the 60s, you know, you didn't come out with a sign going there with a whole bunch of other political people saying, "We like Loogie, he's our Italian guy, he's got thick eyebrows." Now the guy who killed the corporate head in cold blood is gonna get off with life in prison and probably have a lot of boyfriends. Oh my God. That's the big bill that we're all going to be a headache. We're going to have to support this murderous bastard for the rest of his life. Lemon gets pinched. Yeah. And ironically, under the same civil rights laws that keep people from going near a abortion clinic where people are unborn or massacred by mass, but you can't do it. You can't spray even outside of an abortion clinic without being pinched. But and also when the Ku Klux Klan used to interrupt, uh, terrorize black people in the 60s, they used the same laws. Well, Lemon doesn't know this because he's an idiot. The lemonade goes in there, gets pinched because he's giving donuts out to these Marxist madmen who intimidate children and elderly people by calling them late high. They had one guy, he was saying, "You late high drinking this? These were lower middle class people at best, or poor white folk. Are you prejudiced against white folk, Lemon? I'm going to put you in jail for a little while." Back to talking about good arts and not politics. You know, I don't even watch the Golden Globe Awards. I just watch the highlights where Billie Eilish said, um, all stolen land cannot be infringed upon. It cannot be invaded. So we're going to invade her little mansion there. She's a beautiful girl, but she's a bit of an idiot. A good singer, good artist. But why are we letting half-baked artists bake? Well, they're not gonna. It's not gonna go on forever. She's got half the Indian population wants her mansion. You're gonna have a tribe there. I hope you let them in, you, you beautiful but stupid girl. Arts and not politics. Yeah. Free, goody goody. Yeah. A bunch of professional Marxists, agitators, terrorists, if you will, are trying to invade and undermine ICE. And as well as the true believers, a certain amount of them, especially in Minnesota. Back to the bar. But there are brave people in the world fighting. This young woman, banker, money. She goes to fight for Israel as a medical person. Come on, that's bravery. This woman is beautiful, is rich, but she goes to fight for the right cause. About face Lemon, huh? So Lemon is trying to say he was a reporter. Yeah, yeah, he's a reporter. Less patriarch problem. Of course they have a patriarch problem. They hate the United States. They want to destroy it. It's not going to work. They're going to be iced out. Yeah, unless they give delivered toilets. So the only toilet they're going to deliver is their full. Well, anyway, this is Nostrovini with the truth. The truth, but nothing but the truth. There are certain places where life still has sanity in New York, namely Long Island and New Staten Island. The islands, bastions of sanity, of republicanism. God bless America. God bless Donald Trump. Goodbye. I gotta go now. I have to go now. It's true. It's true. I